Thor Ragnarok's American release is right around the corner. It's already been released internationally, and happy Halloween.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Marvel Movie News.
Welcome. This is Marvel Movie News to episode 154, and we're coming to you live from Sakaar. It could be the Amalgam Universe, but we're going to make it Sakaar because that's where all heroes, both lost, found, and unloved, end up winding being. As you can tell, I am hella today. But yes, welcome to Marvel Movie News, where we tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be just as excited as we are. And you can subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News or find us at youtube.com/Popcorn Talk Network. That's also on the website. You can go popcorntalknetwork.com. And our Twitter is at Marvel News PTN. And our Facebook, and we will get better about our Facebook, we promise. Facebook.com/Marvel News Show. Follow us. Like us. So, and hey guys, if you tweet a link out to our show with a message telling people about the live chat, and Anthony in the booth, will we treat you?
Actually, I'm Anthony's taking a leave right now. I'm Antonio Bandito right here in my little
Antonio
costume.
Bandito!
My little gun, my little hat, my poncho. It's great.
Oh, that's right. That's right. For Halloween, he's a bandit. He's a villain. Oh, he went from Aunt Anthony to Tony Bandito?
Yeah.
Yes. So, but he will retweet you. So yes, Matt Key is stuck in an alternate dimension, and Coy Jandro is stuck in Boston. So, but I have a lovely panel of people here for me. You know them from DC Movie News, our sister show on this network, Popcorn Talk. To my far left, he's looking very formidable. It's Johnny LaQuasto from DC Movie News, and we also do WWE Raw after show on AfterBuzz TV together. Hello, Johnny.
When Sister Markia reached out to Sister Elena and Brother Quasto and said, Coy Jandrau and Matthew Key were in alternate dimensions, we realized we had to step in and help, for there are troubling times in Jotunheim.
The button's at the bottom.
Oh.
You got to turn it on.
Yeah, I got it, I think.
And then, oh no.
No.
Well, you're worthy to lift it.
It's gonna work.
Oh, yeah! There we go. There it goes.
We are here!
Johnny is dressed in a Marvel costume, and he is Thor, along with my Hella.
A shirt that doesn't fit.
Yeah. Well, it's my shirt, and it fits you very nicely.
You look great.
It looks great.
Good
There you
save.
go.
Look at that.
And next to him
Very
also
save.
with DC Movie News, you see her on Popcorn Talk, around at conventions, cosplayer extraordinaire. We have Elena Jordan.
Hello.
And she's wearing a Venom dress. Love, 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 love.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And of course, we have our associate producer, and he is in a Spider-Man onesie,
Yes,
Ollie
yes.
Dreamboat.
Happy Halloween, everyone. I love how Hella took over Marvel Movie News, and she let DC invade Marvel. So
I'm glad you could wear pajamas the rest
this
of the
is
day. That's amazing.
It's so
Yeah.
comfortable. It's so comfortable. But
We're
I'm
gonna
happy.
have it out later.
yes. We're gonna have to fight.
I'm just a tiny bit too bubbly. I'm going to have to get into my Hella sometime during this. Maybe put on my British accent.
Like hella at a party.
I know.
Chill hella.
Yeah,
At
I
some
like
point,
that.
She's got to calm down, right?
I'm
Just
chill
like,
Hella.
That's adorable.
Yeah. All right. So, but to start it off, because it's hashtag Halloween, we're gonna start with this was a very fun little video that Marvel put up, and it's Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo calling Kate Blanchett.
What?
So, yeah, if we could go ahead and start that, it's super cute.
Wait, this is gonna be good. I'm calling Kate Blanchett.
Hello?
Hey, Kate. Happy Halloween. No, you know, because it's Halloween and you play the character Hella in our movie. So Halloween.
I'm sorry. Who is this?
It's Chris. You know, I play Thor.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, you've got the wrong number.
Nice.
She definitely knows who I am.
Yes.
I love that.
Nicely
That's
done.
gorgeous. Remember, Thor Ragnarok, and you'll get this reminder a few times, November 3rd.
They've been killing it on the social media game. Like their
Haven't they?
like marketing has just been on point. Like they really know how to utilize social media in the best way.
We say that. I mean, it really does draw you into not only wanting to see the movie, but it makes it so friendly and accessible and relatable.
Yeah, you like the actors too. Which
Yeah.
makes you like the movie a little more.
Right, and I think it's obvious that the actors clearly like each other. I think you can see this in both DC and Marvel. You can tell that the core casts of both universes and both genres, they really do enjoy being around each other, and that makes you that much more excited to see the film. And you look at that, that's brilliant. I mean, it's simple, but it's so funny and effective.
Yeah, and what he's referring to is also with the hashtag Halloween. Ollie pulled a couple of things for us. It's Thor Ragnarok meets Charlie Brown. And for our iTunes listeners, it's Thor going after the football. Loki is Lucy. And of course, that football has been pulled.
I love that.
It's fantastic. And then one more thing for Halloween, because, you know, let's just start it off this way. So we have it's Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo again. And they're carving pumpkins for hashtag Halloween. It's just very sweet.
Hey guys, we're gonna show you how to make Thor Ragnarok inspired pumpkin. Here we go, ready?
Let's see what you got there.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's not bad.
There you go, what do you got?
Check mine out. Here we have the Incredible Hulk. But look inside. It's a little tiny Bruce Banner.
That's really good.
Marvel Studios Thor Ragnarok in theaters November 3rd. Rated PG-13.
Yeah.
Resemblance.
So great. Yeah. So I hope you see Thor Ragnarok. I did have a chance to see it. Went to was last Thursday. It's fantastic.
Oh, wow. So you can't really say anything.
I can't say anything
Got
because
it.
I want everyone to enjoy it the same way that I did, which was just like coming in, like having all of this, you know, the advertisements, but realizing like, oh, you know, there's the full story. It is a really good story, and I adore everybody. I will say this, Korg and Meek, who we already know are part of it, they are transcendently awesome.
Now, it's fair to say this. I've heard this from multiple people who have seen the film. I don't think we're giving anything away. Thor Ragnarok, it's clearly at least the second best of the trilogy. Is that safe to say?
I like it better than original Thor.
Okay, then.
Oh, wow.
So for you, it's
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah,
Well,
and
hot
then
man.
you know, Dark World is just something else.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
a movie.
Hey,
There are movies. They do
you know.
a very cute homage to it in Thor Ragnarok. So I will say that. I mean, it's not like it didn't exist. So yeah,
hey, they can't all
like
be winners.
that. Hey, that it's a fact. But somebody out there, they love Dark World, and power to you. It's just not my cup of tea.
Markia, who was your favorite character in the film? With no spoilers, obviously.
Valkyrie.
Good choice. Good
Yeah,
choice.
it was Tessa
I
Thompson.
agree. I love Tessa
Oh,
Thompson.
don't
I
get
thought
me
she had
started.
really nice nuances going on with it. Yeah.
From the moment I saw Tessa Thompson in Creed and she nailed the Philadelphia accent, I was like, I'm sold on her for the rest of life. And it's amazing that in just a short matter of time, because when she did Creed, you know, not a lot of people really knew who she was, but if you watch her in Creed, you're like, all right, this woman's a star. Let's just see what happens. And all of a sudden, bam, now she's going to be massive and justifiably so. I mean, she's got everything. But it's not easy to do a Philadelphia accent, and she was really good at it. And I don't think she's from Philly, so.
Man,
Nice.
I liked her character journey. You definitely felt nuance. So, just saying. November 3rd, see it.
So
I,
soon.
I saw it in 2D. I recommend go ahead and see it in 3D IMAX. There's some epic size scenes that I'm actually going to go back and watch it 3D IMAX just because I'm a crazy nut nerd. So, but yeah, moving on to news for today because that was Halloween and it is Halloween. So I'm glad that we could get that done. So yes, for Avengers 4. So we have set photos that confirm Hawkeye's Ronin costume, ? I say yes, it does. So the new set photos that surfaced on Twitter, and it's confirming Hawkeye in his new costume, and it resembles Clint Burton's Ronin costume. Like, as we know for Avengers, it is filming in Atlanta right now. We don't know as much as we should know about it, but we do know that Ronin is going to be a part of this. Like last time that we saw Hawkeye, I believe it was after Civil War that we just saw him, and it's yes, this will be a lovely progression. This is something that we've covered already, but now we have a photo to confirm it. So yes,
They love shooting in Atlanta, that's for sure.
hey, I mean tax breaks and
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta's great too. My whole family lives there.
It's a great city. Fun fact, a good friend of mine, Alex Klein, actually was in Guardians 2.
Ooh,
He played, and I don't know the character name. You know all the flight simulator guys.
Yes.
He was the main guy who lost. He was the guy that survived till the very end and then lost, and they all shunned him.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he was one of the Sovereign, right? The Golden
Yeah,
Sovereign?
he was a
Okay.
Sovereign.
And like I said, I apologize to the fans. I don't know Marvel as well as DC, so I'm not going to know every word. But yeah, he was down there for a good week. He shot 4 different scenes, and you never know what's going to stay in. But he got a lot of FaceTime there, and I was so happy for him when he booked that role. It's pretty neat.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember that character. It's pretty good. I'm not certain if he had a name, but while I was watching, I just called him Sovereign Beta in my head. So
There you go. He survived. That's the most important thing.
there you go.
So
And surviving is half the battle.
That's the whole battle.
hey,
I think a lot of people do. A lot of places are going to shoot in Atlanta too, mostly because for big budget things like this,
yes,
people don't spoil as much, which we're getting less things, but everybody is so polite down there. Nobody really messes with the set.
Not to mention North Carolina, where there used to be a lot of shooting. All the tax incentives have now gone, so all those projects are now shifting down to Atlanta and New Orleans. In other words, if you're an actor, it's not a bad time to get a place to live in the South if you want to give it a shot for a few months.
But think about when they're filming in LA and how many spoiler leaks we get almost immediately versus the second they go down south and everyone's just like, oh, you can do your thing. We'll see it when it's done.
New Mexico, too. Huge spot. That's where Logan shot, New Mexico.
Oh, yeah, and that was a perfect setting for it. It was necessary. Like the environment was part and parcel with everything that you experience.
Absolutely.
So, cool. So also continuing with Avengers movies, Marvel Studios is not planning another big team up. And, don't blame them. Really don't. While speaking with Collider, star Josh Brolin revealed how Marvel is feeling about their 2-part epic. I think that they're in a position very openly and rawly where they're like, we would never do this again. This is a one-time deal. To put this many successful actors together is such a pain in the ass, but it's been worth it. We're doing 2 movies, 1 back-to-back, and this is it for us. Then we'll go off in another direction. But this is a very, very, very obviously ambitious project, and I think it's going to pay off in a big way.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of tapped a little bit into, my evil villainous. A little bit. But yeah, I'm A-okay with not having a big team up. I mean, everybody has their favorite heroes that they would like to see have their chance. Even like a Marvel one-shot. Like, for instance, like they said that Korg and Meek might get a Marvel one-shot where it's like them shopping or something like that. So it's like I want smaller projects. I want more one-offs with characters as opposed to huge giant epics that can either go really, really right, which I personally feel is going to be fantastic, or it can go really, really interesting like Age of Ultron or Apocalypse.
Well said. Yeah.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, too many ingredients in the stew.
Too many cooks.
Oh,
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Marquette, Nikki B in the chat wants to know where they can get that headpiece at.
Oh!
Please, spill the beans.
I got this from the premiere. I actually got that Thor helmet from there too. So I would like to think because...
Go back in time.
No, because it says in theaters November 3rd, # Thor Ragnarok, I think that this will be probably distributed at theaters also, I would think. So I think it wasn't just for that premiere. It has to be for also. Otherwise, why would they put the date? They just do Thor Ragnarok. So good luck with that.
Good luck hunting.
Yeah. It's like, this is the movie you just saw if you want to see it again.
So there you go. See it that way.
Makes sense.
And yes, we have Mark Ruffalo sharing an Avengers 4 set photo. And Mark Ruffalo recently posted a photo on Instagram. It's a scenic set photo. And it's captioned as Dawn Shoot #Infinity War. And I just like anything that they have with Infinity War in general. And it's like, yeah, you can see this as being the final view for one of our heroes because everyone dies. This is something I say every week just to prepare. Everyone dies.
It looks really beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
But it's also kind of spooky a little bit, I would say.
It's a little ominous.
Very ominous.
Leading into the next story.
Uh-oh.
Leading into Robert Downey Jr., he reveals that there's a possibility that 4 Avengers could survive Infinity War. So with another Instagram post, Robert Downey Jr. revealed production chairs for himself and his co-stars Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Paul Rudd, possibly revealing that none of these characters will die in Infinity War. So... there's a possibility, or it can be that these are the ones that all die first.
No.
Everyone dies.
If there's one thing I know about the Marvel Universe is no one ever dies. So let's be real. None of those characters, well, maybe one at the most.
My theory is that it's going to be this whole thing where it's like cannon fodder, a whole lot of slaughter is just going to happen, and then there's going to be a type of reality reset that's probably going to happen with the reality stone, all depending, because we don't have the only person that we have right now that might actually be able to do a reset like they do in the comics is Nebula. So if Nebula can get a hold, then that's a possibility, because we don't have Adam Warlock. Captain Marvel, we're not getting into the 4th movie, so who do we have to really go up against Thanos?
Oh boy.
So my thought is, everyone dies.
That's
and
true.
then we get some reality stone action in there to bring us into Avengers 4.
That's true. Going up against Thanos, someone's going to have to go.
Yeah.
If he can't kill at least one person, he's pretty whack.
Yeah.
He's Thanos, and he's not floating around in his chair.
Right.
I feel like Nebula is gonna like sacrifice herself or something, but this could also be like, flashback scenes maybe.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, if anyone, I would think Tony Stark might be the one to sacrifice himself, because he's always been so selfish. This would be the time where he gives himself up.
Yeah, and then keeping in mind with Age of Ultron, and then the original, was it the original version? Age of Ultron, where he has all his flashback stuff. I think they visited in Iron Man 3 also, where he just sees everybody dying. We don't know why. We're just like, oh, it looks like it's in space, and what's going on? So, Infinity War, I'm guessing. There you go.
My heart's palpitating.
Yeah.
So scared.
But moving forward with the MCU, so Ant-Man and the Wasp. So yes, we have a first look of Michelle Pfeiffer on set. So I think it's a gorgeous little picture. I mean, thanks to Just Jared, it's the first look at Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne, and that's been revealed. And she just, I don't know, she's so Michelle Pfeiffer-ish, walking around with a script in her hand. And remember a couple of weeks ago when we reported on her, where she was trying to get into comic books to start reading about, Janet Van Dyne, really grabbing hold of, the Wasp in general. And she was like, this isn't linear. This makes no sense. What's going on here? So I hope she was able to.
She was bugging out?
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, no. It's the Punisher. It's the Punisher.
Oh, my,
Dress as
both
the
of you. Both of you, get out.
Love it.
Love it.
I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer, man, she's aging well. I mean,
Yeah. Is she even aging?
I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
you add her.
no.
I mean, it's not at the speed of Angela Bassett, because then nobody can age that glacially slow.
That's true.
But yeah, it's looking good. I wonder if she's going to have some moves, I mean, she's going to be shrunk down and going into the quantum realm, but it's like, I want to see some tiny Janet Van Dyne moves.
That would be awesome. She needs
Great.
to. Come on, Michelle Pfeiffer.
And yes, so moving on with MCU. So for X-Force, Josh Brolin has revealed new details about X-Force. Also in an interview with Collider, he shed some new light on the future of X-Force. I think we're not trying to hide the fact that this is the beginning of Cable and absolutely not the end. I think when you're sensitive about how you appreciate it, when you're sensitive about how you reveal this character, there's a sense of mystery in it. So then we are finally get into X-Force, but that you're going to be with this guy full-blown all the time. There's a lot to be revealed. And he goes on about the time frame of X-Force, and it's like he thinks it's sometime next year or soon after. It all depends. So we're getting back into, wishy-washy territory. And it depends on how Deadpool goes. So,
It's gonna do well.
It's gonna do well.
Like, everyone knows it's gonna do well.
Yeah.
It just all depends on. It's going to do well, obviously, to kick off, but it's going to be the effect of, do people love it and will word of mouth keep it going like Wonder Woman, or will people see it like in Suicide Squad and everyone's like, hey, you don't have to go. even though it still made a lot of money, but I think Deadpool, obviously, will it be as good as the first one? That's a tough task. But who knows?
I don't. But even if it's not as good as the first one, the longevity of those characters is going to stick, because now the studios are finally looking too at conventions and what people are asking for, and people have been dressing as both of these characters for years and years and years, and finally now when there's a movie and they're like, "Whoa, where did this come from?" and the fans are going, from us begging for this for forever.
Yeah,
I feel like Deadpool 2. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, no, Deadpool 2, I think it's guaranteed to do well enough that people are going to be asking for more Cable.
Yeah, I agree with you. But what I was going to say is that, and I know you know with like conventions, is that you cannot go to a comic convention and not see Harlequin or Deadpool. Those are just, that's everywhere. In fact, those are the pictures that you look forward to seeing when everybody who's Deadpool gets together on the steps, like in front of San Diego Comic-Con.
The pool of Deadpools.
There you go.
Yeah.
From my experience in Comic-Con this year, I'd say Harley Quinn was by far the most cross-dressed character with men, for sure. Men were rocking those outfits.
Yeah.
There was a lot more Lady Deadpools, though, too, which I was digging.
That's fair.
So, yeah, I feel like it kind of goes either way. I think just both of those characters are being brought to light more.
Were you with me when we saw the Mary Poppins? You were with me, weren't you, at Comic-Con? There was a woman who was...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Greatest outfit in Comic-Con. It was legit Mary Poppins.
Like a full Mary Poppins.
But as Yondu.
It was amazing.
Oh.
And she was very well-to-do and very beautiful. But she looked... Because I was trying to figure out, what is she? Oh.
She's Mary Poppins, y'all.
Genius. It was genius.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah.
When I did LA Comic-Con this past weekend.
How was
God,
it?
was that this past
Was it
weekend?
fun?
It was super fun. I did a Doctor Who live. I was the Doctor. I was a punk emo Doctor because we always change it up.
Fair enough.
And it was that. But I saw a Deadpool in a wedding dress. So it was a guy, but it was Deadpool. I guess wedding pool. So
there's so many takes on it. My favorite are the Deadpool parents. There's like one that's like them as parents, and they like run around with like their cameras and they're like fixing people, and they've got like their like little Hawaiian T-shirt. It's cute.
And just fun. Go to cons. If you don't go to cons, just find one near you. I mean, there's always something. Like Orlando has MegaCon, and there's Comic Cons just about everywhere. WonderCon. Go to a con. It's well worth it.
All 3 days?
No, I just went Saturday.
I went Sunday. I didn't see anybody, so I was really disappointed.
I feel so bad. I left my tickets, did not even go.
Oh no.
But they always do it Halloween weekend, and I'm like, do it the weekend
Come on.
after.
Yeah. Like,
when all the costumes are half off and everyone will be happier. Come on.
I agree. Let's start a petition.
Come on, Stan.
So we have New Mutants. So we have the first New Mutants teasers featuring Wolfsbane and Cannonball, and the official Twitter for New Mutants, and go ahead and follow them, why not? They released the new teasers. So Wolfbane's was captioned, "The Sins of Our Past, #New Mutants." And for our iTunes viewers, it is a crucifix, obviously, because this is Wolfbane's. She's very in-depth with her Catholicism. And it's very grainy. It's more sepia toned, and it looks like there's a dish of some type next to it, perhaps something to bless yourself while you're walking into a church. So that's the first teaser photo. And then for the second one was Cannonballs, and it was captioned, "Some things can't be caged, #New Mutants." And it is a cage. It looks like the inside of a cage, but in the sense that you're within a building and you're looking out, and there is a type of caging on the window. So even if you break the glass, you won't be able to escape.
Yeah,
I just want this as a GIF with like Luke Cage comes in and is like, what? And then just like,
Sweet Christmas. Love it.
There's a dead bird in that photo too.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, goodness.
Symbolism.
Yes.
What
and
could that mean?
Yeah, and keeping in mind that New Mutants is the horror picture of, with X-Men in general, with the MCU. So we already saw the trailer of that. I believe that was last show that we... No, we saw
2 shows ago.
It was 2 shows ago where we saw the teaser trailer or something like that. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It's like escaping from an asylum. Oh, Demon Bear all the way. Okay, so with Logan, we'll just have a tiny bit of Logan news. So X-23 co-creator, he's developing the Logan sequel script. Yes, we covered this last week where director James Mangold was like, hey, this might be something I do. And then fans heard that and they were like, yes, this is something you should most definitely do. And he's very happy about that. So he's like, you know what? Yes, I'm developing a script for a sequel. It will be, and he's working with one of the characters co-creators on the script. And writer Craig Kyle revealed his involvement on his Twitter. So that is in motion. Prepare yourselves. I'm hoping that eventually, you know, we'll get some Jubilee and some Emma Frost in there, but I'm okay if it is just her. I want to discover more of X-23 in her cinematic form. I mean,
when is there a release date for that yet?
Well, no, he's working on the script.
X-23, okay.
Yeah, So
I didn't know if
now
they
it's
went
like
way ahead with release dates or.
They're like, are you confirming that we're having that in 2020? I think Johnny just confirmed that we'll have the X-23.
I'm gonna say before. You heard it here first.
Oh, but did y'all see Logan?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Isn't that fantastic?
I mean, she is
Amazing.
wow. She's
incredible.
Yep. I mean, it's interesting because people really applauded the girl from Stranger Things, and she's fantastic. This girl's performance in Logan was so much more.
I would love
in-depth.
to see the two of them in something.
You probably will at some point.
That would be incredible. The two of them like playing sisters. Oh,
I think that'd be fantastic.
Or enemies.
Or enemies, that would be
Aren't
cool.
sisters both?
Yeah,
Friends
a little
and
bit.
enemies.
Yeah, her performance in Logan was just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, just even when she wasn't saying anything, her facial movements, just her subtle acting was so spot on. I was bawling, crying. Like,
yeah. How someone her age could even understand what's going on, let alone have that kind of depth and range is, oof.
She's gonna have so many roles, Daphne King. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to get her like alone for this film. So
I know.
props
I'm
to
like,
her.
sign her now. Sign her for everything. Be like, do you want a 6-picture deal right now, little girl? Like, come on.
Well, that's one thing I love about the superhero films is if you look at a lot of the actors, IMDb pages and stuff, a lot of them don't have massive resumes. They really go far and wide to cast some of these roles, and it's great because it gives opportunities to people who didn't know who they were, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, oh, that's a great actor. Boom! Now they're gonna have us be a star.
But it's a brilliant idea too, because when you're watching the movie, you don't think of them from something else.
Yep.
You think only that character, and
Good
you
point.
identify just that face is that character. You're not watching it thinking, oh, I should go check out this, that, or the other. So it's really smart. And then because they blow up afterwards, then anything from that point forward that you see them in, you can go, oh, I should go watch Logan again. Smart.
Yeah, I love that. And since we were talking about Stranger Things, of course I binge watched that. Done. There's a thing where it goes beyond the Stranger Things. I think that's what it's called. It's hosted by Jim Rash. Yeah. After you make sure that you watch Stranger Things before you watch it, but after you've watched it, go ahead and see some of that. They have the auditions of the kids as part of that little special.
Oh.
Yeah, and when you see the auditions of the kids, it's like close up. Some are out of focus. One of them was sick and was doing it from bed.
Oh my gosh.
So
what?
Yeah. I mean,
that's amazing.
Well, the one little fella, I don't know his name, he was also in It, which I just saw finally the other night.
Oh.
Yep.
He did a really, really good job in that, except for I felt like he was playing a very similar character, just a little bit more foul-mouthed.
Way more obnoxious, for sure. My character in It was, as a former fat kid myself, the chubby guy, I related to him.
Ben.
Yeah, I like Ben.
That's
Ben
exactly
is
how
so sweet.
it's exactly how I was around girls too. Like I totally related to that kid. I loved him. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I want this. Looking forward to it. I'm okay with her being the star of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do it. Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's try it. We gave Inhumans a chance. We can give this a chance. I'll move on.
That's a different story. Let's
That's
move
a totally
on.
different story. So yes, but with Captain Marvel. So Captain Marvel is eyeing Rogue One's Ben Mendelsohn for a villain role. So you know him as director Krennic, and I hope that I got that right, and Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and he's in talks to play the film's villain opposite Brie Larson, and that's according to a new report from Variety. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? I mean, you already have Brie Larson. And her going up against, I thought he was stellar talent in Star Wars. Did either of you get a chance to see Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Star Wars. I'm so excited about this. I've been so excited about Captain Marvel, too. Because
Right?
I'm just like, I want to know who's going to play her cat. Like, that's the next, that's the next casting news that I
like
need.
that.
I'm like, all right, she has more scenes with the cat than she does. Come on. Put Grumpy Cat in there. I'm in.
Nice.
Oh, tartar sauce.
I'm in.
Oh, I should not know Grumpy Cat's real name. That's above and beyond. But yeah, super excited about that. Yeah, this Captain Marvel is going to just transcend. I'm really looking forward to it. It's for any that are completely on board or know about the Captain Marvel. It's going to be set in the 90s. It's going to have Nick Fury, but we believe it's going to be Nick Fury pre blindfold. Well, I'm sorry, not blindfold. Eye patch. Thank you. I should know. I was in one for a while.
Maria Fury, right? Maria Fury.
Oh, I was Nikki Fury.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes, I was. But yeah, with that, and it will really bring the scrolls to the forefront.
Oh my
so
gosh. I'm picturing him as a scroll. Ben, he looks like, oh my god, the prosthetics on him. CGI.
But a lot of fantasticness, and obviously we will be covering more of this as we get more details on the weeks to come.
I think this is going to be potentially like the Marvel's version of Wonder Woman because
it has
of
to
her.
be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
No, most definitely.
I feel like it's gonna
Wonder Woman meets Superman kind of a deal.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be. It's kind of the sleeper hit right now. Like people aren't really talking about it as much, but I think it's gonna just absolutely blow up. Cause...
when it gets close to release date, it's gonna go insane, and you know, this has to be their version of that because number one, Brie Larson. Whew.
Yeah, right.
Know, and just the story behind it.
This character is just so awesome too. So
yeah, it's like everything about it. I mean, I'm even just focused. I'm focused on the hair. I'm like, oh, are they going to mohawk her? What are they going to do? I mean, because I already know it's going to be awesome because you have so many elements that are involved with it. I'm excited. I'm just happy. And then continue with that. So yeah, production for Captain Marvel is going to begin February 2018. So a new production listing on My Entertainment World via Omega Underground reveals that it will begin in Los Angeles, California in February. So if you don't see me in February, it'll be because I'm seeing all the Black Panther, all of it. I'm every viewing that I can go to that they have, I will be seeing that, or I'll be trying to sneak peeks at the Captain Marvel.
You'll be on
at
set.
the Captain Marvel set. Yeah,
hiding out on set.
Yeah, they'll have to rustle my phone away from me.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna see Black Panther like every single day of the month for February, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All of and twice on Sunday, just because.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm assuming that when is the release date for Black Panther?
February 16th, 2018.
Okay, I assume February was on purpose, which makes perfect sense, right? Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's a great date movie. It's a great family movie. It's a great movie if you want to go see something with your kids or with your teenagers, or if you just want to go to the movies alone. Black Panther is a great movie for everything.
Also Black History Month, so there you go.
Oh, that's what you
thinking.
meant.
Yeah.
I actually didn't make that connection, but yes. I was thinking more of like, because Deadpool, it opened in February and it did such a great job. So they're like, oh, we're going to get Black Panther that. It was super romantic. But yes, it checks all the boxes.
There you go.
All the way around.
Cool.
Okay, so a quick little tidbit. So for Daredevil, we know that Kingpin will return in Daredevil Season 3. Keeping in mind, I hope that you've seen Defenders by now. I'm not going to spoil anything, but at the end of Defenders, there's a storyline that is introduced by Matthew Murdock. It is a very potent storyline. I recommend reading up on it. I don't want to spoil it right here, but we know that would have to continue in Daredevil Season 3. And to have that, you would most definitely have to have Kingpin. So now they're confirming that you will have Kingpin for that. So it's confirmed by Deadline that Vincent D'Onofrio has been set to reprise Wilson Fisk for the 3rd season of Daredevil. And there he is, looking formidable and also vulnerable.
Doesn't even look like him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. He's absolutely excellent. Something that I hope for Luke Cage, which they're doing 2nd season of that, is that there's a main character villainess played by Alfre Woodard. It's Mariah. And I hope that they make her even close to a Kingpin-like character like with that. It's such a missed opportunity if they don't do that. But yes, we do have a trailer for you for Runaways. Remember that, so Runaways is on its way. It'll actually be here November 21st. So we're going to watch the first full trailer for Runaways that was released, keeping in mind that we will have to talk over it a little bit.
Let's do it.
Just so that we can view it. But yeah, Tony Bandito, take us away.
Hey, Nico. I've been wanting
So
to talk
excited.
to you all day.
Yeah.
I wanted to get everybody back together.
Oh, they're getting the gang back
Party.
together.
It can't be like it was.
Oh, Gertie!
Molly.
I miss you guys.
Yeah.
The music is so perfect.
The last thing they're interested in is what their parents are doing.
You gonna let us in?
Where are they?
And
Why is my mom's purse here?
ooh.
Oh, snap.
Oh, I love
There it goes. There it goes.
I
There
love
it
secret
goes.
doors.
I
Yeah.
want one in my house so bad. That's all I've ever wanted.
And whoop.
None of our parents are who we thought.
Yeah, your parents really are evil and try out to
Yeah.
get you.
Many people don't know that's actually underneath the Denver airport. So that's for anyone who knows about the Denver airport.
No
Nice.
matter what we are, we can't let
And
our
we saw the
parents keep
staff of
getting away
one
with this
back
stuff.
there.
We cannot let anyone undermine what we're doing.
Ooh, anyone, including their kids.
Old lace.
Sacrifice.
Man.
These kids are living on
So
borrowed
epic.
time.
This
I'm
is going
so
to be
excited.
so
intense.
good.
Oh my gosh.
You can't have an intense trailer without someone yelling, "No!"
Honestly.
Oh, you
Slow
saw some
motion
old
time.
lace?
Ugh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
This trailer is very,
all
very well
the
cut.
things.
I've never been more
Yes.
excited for like a Marvel series, honestly.
Isn't that fantastic?
Ugh.
Damn.
Hulu has been crushing
Wow.
it too.
Yes.
Yeah, they realized. I guess they had to really step it up considering Netflix was cornering the market and
Yeah.
everything, and Amazon too, really.
Yeah, but yeah, that has all the things that I wanted to see within a trailer. I mean, yes, you had flashes of old lace. You have the staff of one. You have relationship dynamics like you saw between Nico and Alex.
And-
you even had Tina in there.
Yeah, Nico and Carolina, like, you know, Carolina's sexuality was
Yes.
really, referenced, and oh my god, my heart.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this, and it looks like it's going to be really stay true to the comics, so I'm so ready.
Yeah, it's. I'm not going to say perfect because Black Panther is perfect. It is so amazingly well done. I'm so looking forward to it. I mean, how did y'all feel like looking at that trailer? And,
That is an excellent, excellent trailer. That
right?
is-
Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't even have time to watch DC television, but that looks like a show I would watch.
Right? It
For
had all
sure.
the elements to it. It had
Yeah.
what you wanted, and then plus the tone and just like the
And
the
you
setting,
creepy
the-
parents. If creepy
Yeah.
parents are on a show, it's
Mhm.
gonna be good. You know, because it's up to the kids. You know, like when they were doing like that's why I said Denver Airport, because Denver Airport is long rumored to be run by the Illuminati, and so that's what that kind of reminded me of.
Oh, okay.
You don't know that?
No, I didn't know.
that.
As far
Oh.
as the Illuminati, I know like Marvel's Illuminati.
Oh, if you want to jump down a rabbit hole, just YouTube Denver Airport conspiracy. You're welcome, everyone.
Oh,
Happy
wow.
Halloween.
Goodness. Hey,
No.
perfect for Halloween.
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously Runaways, created by Brian K. Vaughan, like all really great stuff. And Adrian Alphonse. The release date is November 21st. So here's something fun for you. The first 3 episodes of Marvel's Runaways will premiere on Tuesday, November 21st. So you can at least get some binge in. Not sure if after that it's going to be weekly or not, but more than likely it will be. But you get those first 3. So,
I need more, Markia.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need more.
That's the only thing about Netflix versus Hulu is Netflix is like, hey, do you want to call out sick to work for the next 2 days? Netflix.
That's their tagline. That's perfect. And so yes, let's continue with Thor Ragnarok because that's basically what what I'm focusing on today. So we have Jamie Alexander explained Sif's absence from Thor Ragnarok. This isn't that huge of a spoiler or anything. You can just find this on the internet. It was in an interview with Yahoo. I was asked, but the timing of when they were going to shoot and when Blind Spot was going to shoot is pretty much the same time. So there was a conflict there. I was hoping for more of a notice from the studio so I could make it work, but it was a short notice thing. They called and said, hey, by the way, would you come do this? I said, there's no way I can make that work that fast. So it was sad, and I was bummed about it. So that's why no Lady Sif. So unfortunate, but hey, maybe I'm not gonna say anything.
Maybe. Just leave it at maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Just say
I love
maybe.
She could be lying.
Hey, maybe.
Maybe.
I
Hashtag
guess
maybe.
America will find out November 3rd.
Swerve.
Yeah. So, and then Mark Ruffalo has also said about Thor Ragnarok, where it begins the separation of Hulk and Banner. And Ruffalo sat down with Collider, and he revealed that he revealed this about Ragnarok. And he goes, oh, I can't do Mark Ruffalo. He's so sweet. He's such a sweet little man.
He's the man.
Yeah. This is where it starts, and it's basically a mini version of Planet Hulk. So the fans get that, and then we start to build out the separation between the Hulk and Banner, and how the Hulk can be his own character, and Bannon can now start to be the person that he would be without having to be afraid of being excited all the time. So we start to get to know these two characters the way we didn't get to do before. A part of that is having a speaking Hulk as like a 6-year-old boy. So, and that's something that we did know already pre all of this, that we got some smart Hulk in there, and that's yes, Hulk talks, and we saw this, and also the trailers where it's like Hulk is like fire, Thor is like water, yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Mark Ruffalo. I like what he's doing. He's really throwing around, like, he's socially conscious, and then also just seems to be such a great character. I think he's a really good Bruce Banner. We've gone through a couple of Bruce Banners.
He's, acting is very subjective, and so's the entire entertainment industry. But like Ruffalo's one of those guys that you could put him in a top 10 of anything, and no one's gonna argue with you. Like, he's just that good.
Yeah, big fan. And then of course we have Jeff Goldblum. Oh, sorry, the Zaddy of Sakaar. Just love it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, watch just for Jeff Goldblum.
Markia confirms Zaddy on Marvel Movie News.
Yes, he is. And yes, and let me just tell you, Jeff Goldblum is at his Jeff Goldblum-esque most est in Thor Ragnarok. It is well worth it. So he does talk about being, he talks with Radio Times about being Grandmaster. And he does talk about some of the tag scenes that happen. Obviously, with Marvel, I hope that you know by now, but obviously no. Stay till after the credits. Right. It is always worth it. Patience is a virtue. So with Jeff Goldblum, he, when asked about the foreboding scene, that's one of the tag scenes, and I'm going to skip over anything that seems like it's vaguely spoilerish. Marvel weaves. That's just what they're up to. They're weaving some sort of teasing web of enchantment. What do you think happens next? I don't want to give anything away. If you stay till the very end, the end credits, you see me do a bit of improvised, Taika Waititi inspired and directed, bit of improvisation. Skip over that. That's spoiler country. And then, I'm the Grand Master. I'm immortal. You can't kill me. You can't even hurt me. I can go like this and do away with them. And then I can resurrect them if I want. So whatever. I'm going on about, it's just my own amusement. And then he flies into the ship and saves us all.
Bam.
Yeah. So talking about Taika Waititi, he wants to make a funny Black Widow movie. I'm on board with this. He was discussing with IO9. And it was during the Thor movie's premiere, this third Thor movie's premiere. And he wants to make another comedic film based on her. And I'm not even going to try to do a Kiwi accent. It's New Zealand. I can't do it. It's not going to work. So, but he says, in all honesty, I reckon I could probably bring something pretty unique to any of the franchises. I'd love to see Black Widow. I'd like to see Black Widow as something crazy and a bit funnier than we expect it to be, because we know her story and it's very sullen, very dark, and her history is very dark. But what's the funny side of that? What's the funny version of that? What's the more entertaining version of that? Which is what he did with Thor Ragnarok.
Absolutely.
So, oh my G.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? That would be amazing.
It would
it's about time.
It would be so great. I mean, everybody's been talking. Well, back when people were talking about a Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're never going to get that, kind of a thing. But if we have Taika Waititi doing it, then yes.
And Scarlett Johansson, she can do funny. She's been in a couple of comedies. Like,
definitely.
Why not? It's long overdue ever since Iron Man 2 when she first debuted. Come on. Come on, Taika Waititi. You better
have Spider-Man show up, annoy her a little bit.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes, please.
Yeah,
please.
just let him run off to the races.
Speaking of funny, 2 Jeff Goldblum tidbits. Number 1, I don't know how, but almost every girl on Bumble has a photo with Jeff Goldblum. Can't figure it out.
I know how.
Oh no. He's a creep.
I'm not on Bumble, but
but Jeff Goldblum's on Bumble.
No, that's not creepy. He's not creepy. He's in a jazz band. He's a jazz musician, and he plays at the Rockwell. And he's so sweet. And he comes out and he hugs everyone and takes pictures and signs autographs because he is a delight.
Elena confirms Jeff Goldblum is a delight.
And that follows
Jeff Goldblum.
And that follows this up. About 5 years ago, a friend and I were having breakfast at this place called The Griddle on Sunset, and the tables are very close in. Him and I are just sitting there. We're having a conversation. Jeff Goldblum sits down by himself at a table and orders food, and him and I, my buddy and I, are just having a conversation, and I'm not kidding when I say Jeff Goldblum starts inching closer and closer to our table and almost leans in like he wants to be in the conversation, and we didn't know what to do, and so like we never brought him in, and to this day I still regret
You
not
should
bringing
regret
him.
because Jeff Goldblum is amazing. He
I know.
opened up his own food truck called Chef Goldblum.
I know. I regret to this day not bringing him in. I should have brought him in.
All right. If anybody has any connections to Jeff Goldblum, we want to go see him at the Rockwell, and he's not playing anymore. So tell him to do some more shows, and Johnny and I will go.
I'm
so
sorry,
we can
Jeff. You could have had my pancakes.
some new Bumble photos for Johnny.
Please do. I want to meet Jeff Goldblum.
All right.
Like in real
I
life.
want your-
And I would let him have some of the pancake. Why would you? At least conversation.
It was. I
At least
didn't know what to do.
conversation.
I was like, what am I gonna? Oh, yeah,
Just
I
gonna
don't know.
ignore him.
I know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Poor Jeff Goldblum. He got blocked. Johnny blocked.
I guess.
Yeah, and then Thor Ragnarok, because we're gonna start it off Thor Ragnarok, ending it Thor Ragnarok. So it's officially certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. So yeah, it's pretty mighty. The Thor threequel. It has a hearty 97% approval. So that's from 83 critics. So it's
Push the button.
Marvel Studios' best
That's
received
button-worthy.
movie yet.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, that rating is worthy.
It is worthy for the Johnny Thor look.
Everyone in Jotunheim is excited about Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. I'll see this.
Sure, please.
Oh,
God.
why would you
Oh,
do
no.
that? God, man, no, I wasn't
Oh,
thinking.
no.
You may not touch the hammer.
I'm not worthy.
So that does bring us to our Merry Marvellites section, where we like to do shout outs to our fans and answer a couple of questions and everything like that, and then just like josh around. So our shout outs, Stephanie Jandro at Steph Amethyst, Talden at Talden19, JJ is all in at JJ Lang tweeted, Wendy Fitzgerald at Wendy_FFitzW, Glorious Greg at XG Hilly 929, Jareth the Raider at Jareth, kind of like Jareth, but with an O. So, Cedric House at Cedric House 1994. Can I get an early birthday shout out? My B-day is tomorrow.
Yay.
Happy birthday, Cedric.
birthday.
Yes. Happy
gonna-
birthday to all of us from us. Happy Halloween. Happy birthday.
Hello,
I'm calling you Cedric because I think that's the way to say it. I'm gonna say
Oh, is it Cedric?
What up, Cedric?
Cedric.
Sorry, I know too many Cedrics.
Hey, maybe it's both. Who knows?
Hey, might be. He never phonetically sent me his name, so I'm not sure how to say this.
We're at Harma.
I'm still not. Why Radharma? It's like, oh my God, you guys actually posted my photo on the show. He was in the Deadpool onesie from last thing. You guys made my day, even though Markia messed up my name, but that's okay because I can't stop smiling and laughing. This is just amazing. So I just messed up your name again. Happy Halloween.
She got Albert.
I did.
She got Albert. Albert
Hey.
W.
And unless it's Albert.
Albert.
Albert. There we go.
He's
Unless
like,
it's
I'm
Albert.
French. Albert.
Albert. And then H. Javier Rodriguez waiting for the spectacular show today at Javi Rodriguez 3. Hope it was spectacular for you. And here we have for hashtag Ragnarok, we have a beautiful piece of cosplay here.
He's the Grandmaster.
It's gorgeous.
It's grand.
He's awesome.
Very
He's
grand.
the master.
Do we know the user that this is, or was this just cosplay in
It's
general?
Javi Rodriguez.
Oh, this was Javi Rodriguez. Oh, okay, wonderful.
Nice.
Thank you for that Grandmaster cosplay.
Isn't it great?
Mastered it.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so questions from Eli, do you feel New Warriors would be a show that goes for it or budget it? AKA, will Squirrel Girl have her tail? So we know with like Inhumans, you know, it was a big deal for Medusa because that was part of her skill set. You can't not. And they advertised about the hair, so with that, but not to make this about Inhumans, but I feel like that's where that budget question came from because it is another television property for Marvel. I hope that they will find a happy in between because apart from Squirrel Girl with the tail, if they go a bit lighter with that, I'm okay with it. It doesn't have to be a very huge tail is what I'm going for. I mean, obviously in the comics it is very huge and it's, you know, it's something that can be utilized. If they need to go smaller with it to make other things in the budget happen, because remember, like for me, I'm always, hey, you have the acting, you have the writing, or you have the special effects, you need 2 of the 3. If they don't have the special effects with that, I feel like they will have the acting and the writing, if only because Inhumans is more interesting. It's a different take on what Marvel can do with an out there property. So I feel since Squirrel Girl is a bit closer to reality, I guess you could say, that they won't have to ground it as much. If that makes sense. If I made sense with my little ramble there.
No, you made perfect sense, Marquette. You always make perfect sense.
Thank you.
We will be getting a tail. That's all we know.
Yes, I feel like there will be a tail, but it depends on
what
how
tail
big.
will be told.
Yeah. Will it be a tall tail?
or
small
pulled.
tail.
Or pulled.
And so we're almost running on time now, so we'll go to Ashley's question. Ashley Houchins, if Disney ever gets Fantastic Four back, no one's getting Fantastic Four. I mean, just saying, they're not gonna let it go. They really aren't. I mean, I'm surprised that they let Daredevil go, and look what we did with that, for instance. But in any case, if Disney ever gets Fantastic Four, how about Ben Mendelsohn as Victor Von Doom? So since we have him as, we just said today, as the villain in Captain Marvel,
if he is going to be the villain.
If he is going to be the villain, then, I mean, he would make a good Victor Von Doom. I mean, there's few actors that are of that caliber that I can't think of, like, would be like, oh yeah, that person would make a horrible Victor Von Doom. This is a really good pick for that. I just don't see us getting Fantastic Four back anytime. I mean, they just have to make something, anything, and have it in production by 2020. And it's 2017. That's 3 years. They're going to do something with it. So, I mean, maybe they will play ball with us. I mean, it does work well for studios when they do that. Sony. But yeah, but still, that would be a good Victor Von Doom. I mean, what do y'all think?
Yeah.
Can't argue.
Yeah. I mean, solid choice, super solid. And okay, that's basically what we have to discuss.
Halloween episode.
That was our Halloween episode. I mean, all things Hella, all things we.
And I love your guys' outfits.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, everybody did all the dressing up and everything. So, so Johnny, where can our audience find you any other time besides sitting in that chair right now?
Yeah, I mean, DC movie news every week with the squad, which is always fun. Otherwise, at Quasto, JQUASTO. Got comedy stuff coming up. Detroit, November 9th to 11th. And, my comedy album, QuastoAlbum.com. You can pick it up on Amazon, Google Play, iTunes, and I think you'll enjoy it. So there you go.
Yeah, and Elena, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Elena Jordan and on Instagram at That Elena Jordan Girl.
All right, and Ollie Dreamboat.
You can find me swinging on the webs of New York City. No, find me on all social media platforms at Ollie Dreamer and tune into horror movie news on the Popcorn Talk Network at 4 today.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say watch American Horror Story after show today too. Well,
yeah. I got this season. I just can't.
It's all over the place, but it's the past few episodes have been honing in. They've been getting good. It's been getting better.
I'm excited to see
the first few episodes. Everybody ripped me a new one because I was like, I'm just not into this.
No, I always have faith in them. It
got better,
but it's getting there. It's still a little. It just seems rushed, and I get what they're going for. I think, but anyways.
Yeah, and
I'm excited to see how it plays out.
And I don't remember if I introduced myself at the beginning or not. I think I introduced myself as Hella only. So I'm Markia McCarty. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Markia McCarty, MarkeiaMcCarty. And I do WWE Raw after show with Johnny LaQuasso on Mondays. And we do that at 9.
Yes.
And of course, please, come join us again 2 p.m. here on Tuesdays. And I'm also doing some hosting for Skybound, their comic roundtable. I did that last Friday, and I will be doing that the next 2 Thursdays. So join us there. That'll be at 12 p.m. on Skybound. It'll be on twitch.tv/Skybound. And I will also tweet that out in case you wanted to join us, talk about comics. We'll be talking about Walking Dead this week, and oh my God, I'm so excited for it. As in the comic, not the show, the comic. So it's different. But yeah, everyone, please have a safe Halloween tonight, and dress awesomely. Send us your cosplay pics. I would love to have them. We'll feature them on the show. Otherwise than that, love you, Merry Marvellites. Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only, not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.